Hey guys, what's up? This is poweromenesko in another episode of Domination on Power Up. This is the third episode. Sorry I'm a day behind. Wanted to make sure I took an adequate break for Memorial Day, the U.S. holiday here. And, the Memorial Day is a pretty great thing because, you always try to keep things in your memory. And today will actually see me running only 2 kill streaks because I forgot to put on the third one. That's right, I usually will spend some time right before a match starts, switching up my kill streaks here. And today I'll be running with the spy plane and also the napalm. So another thing you'll see here is this actually is coming from this footage is coming here from Double XP Weekend, and so I got a lot of high points here. And the other thing is I'm kind of stuttering tonight because my girlfriend is actually sitting right behind me, watching me do this. Actually, no, she's not watching. She's playing on my iPad, but she's still in the room. So this is a little weird for me, probably more so for her, and and hopefully it's the most awkward for you, the viewers, because you get to laugh at me as I'm doing this here. But no, what we have here is a pretty mean game of domination. I did want to start out talking a bit about Memorial Day. It's a very, very important holiday here in the U.S. I know it's kind of a possible a way to get off of work or school, which of course it is, so there's no denying that. But the other thing is here is, we have a lot of men and women here in the armed forces, and I come online every night, and I think it's so cool to play this game, Call of Duty, and I die 10, 20 times sometimes a night, and I'm fortunate enough to respawn. There are a lot of people who are not, of course, don't have that blessing because they're doing this stuff in real life. So definitely important there to keep them in your thoughts. And the other thing is, something I've always thought of, you see this in the news a lot or in the press with companies that will be using warlike terms, things like that. War's a part of life and everything, but I think during those point of times where you see, people getting killed for no reason in a lot of countries, especially Yemen, where they're protesting, and then of course in the areas of war, it's kind of Iraq, Afghanistan, places like that. It is kind of important to keep in mind here that while we're sitting around throwing those terms around like it's nobody's business, there are plenty of people where that's their lifestyle. So I tend to think about that during times as well. Now, outside of Memorial Day weekend, which again kind of took a serious note there, but on a much more fun term, the details for Modern Warfare 3 came out. If you've seen the first 2 episodes, you've also seen that I kind of came a little late to the game here, and Modern Warfare 3 details have been leaked. One of those details, which seems to have gotten the most press, and by most press I mean Wall Street Journal. Look at this fail for the noob tube. Couldn't even reload. And nothing. The Wall Street Journal actually covered this first in the online segment only, and then I actually read it in the print segment, so I was pretty impressed that this was the case. Modern Warfare 3 has in fact come out with a paid subscription plan. Of course, it's not, as they say, a subscription plan where you have to pay to actually play, so it's not a pay-to-play subscription plan like it would be if you played a massive online role-playing game or something of that sort. Instead, the subscription plan is actually, it seems, for exclusive content, and the CEO, they even use the term coy in the, speaking of coy, look at me, I'm just wasting it that well. They use the term coy. The CEO was keeping coy about what was being covered in that subscription plan. My personal thoughts here are I'm a PS3 gamer, so I may be one of the few here on YouTube that play on PS3 exclusively. I don't like Xbox because honestly I grew up not paying for multiplayer, and therefore I kind of want to keep it that way. It's nice to not have to shell out that extra money. Maybe there's some added benefits, I don't know, but ignorance is bliss. So at the same time, I'm doing just fine with the PS3. The delay was fine, I covered that. I got to have a life for a little bit, But really, I'm not looking to get a lot of extra benefits. I like to play the games that you buy. Some of these games, $60 by the time you're finally getting everything done there at the checkout at Best Buy and or GameSpot or GameStop or wherever you're going to get your games. And it's kind of one of those things where, for that much money, I remember when games used to be like 20 bucks for the Super Nintendo. A lot of time used to go in, or used to, a lot of time goes into video games. It's going to be one of the quickest growing industries here in the United States from a business sense, but it's also just kind of one of those things where, I just hate paying subscriptions. If you're in the service industry, you've ever worked in the service industry, like at a rental place, or even if you work at Best Buy or a retail outlet like that where they offer services, they push those services all the time. And the reason is because they can constantly get revenue off of those services, and they really don't have to do anything other than put some work up front. So when it comes to what they're actually offering, the CEO is being coy. That's probably the worst term that I would use to describe anything that you're doing if it's supposed to be a big deal. But the other thing that I'm not really that happy about is, from what I have heard about all this, is they're going to basically be moving a souped-up theater lobby, so souped-up theater mode, which we have here in Black Ops, and also it seems like some sort of advanced combat record. Perhaps a few other things as well. Look at this failed jump. That was pretty bad. The thing that I guess I have a problem with is when it comes down to, like, mining for data on my Call of Duty Black Ops experience. I'm sitting here on YouTube, talking into a microphone about a game that's not real, and I haven't once had someone challenge me about what the kill-death ratio was, what my accuracy was, or anything like that. And actually, I would even say that most of the time when we see commentators on here, their KDs are actually pretty bad. My win-loss is actually quite good. I accidentally picked up this guy's gun. I'm running about a 6.5 for the win-loss right now, so I'm doing pretty well on that. I'm going to pick up my gun right now. Boop, need that guy back. But it really kind of does come down to those stats really don't mean that much, and frankly, if it keeps tracks of how many kills I have and how many deaths I have, I'm perfectly fine just busting out the old TI-83, maybe making a graph for myself, and sticking it through that way, because it's really, I'm not looking forward to paying for theater mode. Again, I'm on YouTube, and I'm not looking forward to paying for a combat record because, frankly, it doesn't affect my life that much. The next thing that we have here that I would like to see, I think this would be something that I'd be a bit more interested to pay for, is if you're looking at, I know that they say like the map packs and content specifics things, I would like to see things like that. The problem with it is the game only lasts typically a year before Infinity Ward has gone about bringing out a new Call of Duty game. So what my concern is, if it was something where it's like you got the map packs first, or you're able to get exclusive, in-game hardware or something like that, that would be something I'd much rather see. But it's going to be hard to keep pumping that out, especially after the 12-month mark. And that's something, again, where I just don't quite understand why they think that this is a good idea. But that's something that I probably would not mind paying, $5-6 for. But as Woody's Gamertag said himself, they said it was going to be cheaper than Netflix, and he said, I hope it's cheaper than Netflix. And I would have to agree with him, because I don't have Netflix, because when I watch a movie, it's on TV, and I don't ever watch TV because I'm playing Call of Duty Black Ops or playing something else on my PS3, or watching YouTube or checking the working maybe perhaps. But it really is one of those things where I just don't really get into the subscription-based stuff that often. I very rarely will subscribe. That was a bit of a kamikaze last-ditch effort there. Very rarely will subscribe to things that cost money. That's just where I'm coming from. And really, I mean, we'll see how it works out. If I do end up subscribing, it's going to be because my peers, of course, have gone through and said that it's pretty awesome. I mean, just look at what happened to Black Ops. How long did it take for Black Ops to finally get to the pinnacle level that it's at today? It took a long time. I'll probably be waiting to find out what's going to happen here. I have to unmute these guys at the end to see if they're going to talk any trash, and they don't because they got it handed to them. So this is poweromenesko. I'm wrapping up and powering down. Give it up for Menchaca, the game-winning kill, and we'll see you all next week. Take care.